Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. Welcome to another video. I hope you're having a very relaxing Sunday afternoon. It's pretty cold here in Bristol, but I've got my scarf on, I've been sat in bed studying. And for some of you, it also may be the start of your half-term holidays, so that means you might be thinking about studying for your May or June upcoming exams. That could be GCSE or A-level, depending on what you're doing. So for some of you, it might be a bit too early, but some of you might be thinking about starting to get that revision underway and getting preparation for your exams in May or June, depending on whenever you're having them. So I thought I would provide some advice and guidance for those of you who want to use this half term in the best way and just get a little bit ahead of the game. So here is my 10 tips for using this half term and revising in the best way. Tip number 1 for using this half term is to organise your notes and get them up to date. This means that even if you don't start revising during this half term holiday, they'll still be ready for you. They'll all be organised, you know everything you need will be in there in the right order, and you can just go in and start studying from them straight away. If you leave it too late, sometimes you might realise that bits are missing, it's in the wrong order, you haven't written up the notes from one of your classes, for example, and that can lead to some stressful situations. So even if you don't start revising during this holiday, use this time to get all your folders organised. You might have lots of different colourful folders for each subject, I don't know. That's what I like to do, but just use this time to get everything organised and ready for yourself. Tip number 2 is finish your coursework, or if you're writing an extended project or doing an EPQ, then get as much of that down as possible during this half term. And that is just so that you've got every other coursework and every other deadline out of the way. Prioritise those first, get them done, get them out of the way, and then when it comes to revising for your exams, you can just focus on those and you don't have any other distractions to worry you, and you don't have to juggle lots of different coursework deadlines but also worry about revising for your exams, which can be very stressful. Tip number 3 is write a schedule. Now this is something that I've used personally and it's actually been really helpful. So you can do this on paper or you can do it in Excel if you're really computer savvy and you want something really clean. But I would just write a timetable on my whiteboard and write down a schedule. It would be colour coded, you know, you can use different colour pens for each subject. But this just kind of helped me, okay, I need to wake up by this time, I need to start studying at this time, and I'm going to revise for this many hours before I have a lunch break. So make sure you incorporate things like breaks and lunch and relaxation time into there as well. This just really helped me structure my revision and make sure that I was disciplined, I was doing the same thing every day, and it just helped me get it done. I would say that you need to dedicate as much time to revision as you would putting in that discipline into a full-time job. So if you make it disciplined and set out for yourself in that way, it's actually a lot easier to follow. Tip number 4 is take regular breaks, and this follows on from the last one, making sure you schedule in breaks if you're using a schedule. The last thing you want to do is get really stressed, leave everything till last minute, and then cram in 12 hours of study a day with no breaks, because you'll get really stressed. It's not the best way to get things down, get those subjects into your head and revise those topics, and you're just causing yourself unnecessary suffering. So do yourself a favour, get it started early and count in breaks, because you need that time to reflect on what you've learned, think about the material that you're going over, and you know, go downstairs, take a break, go outside if the weather's nice, spend some time with your family, do something completely different that's not related to revision or your subject in any way, and just let your mind completely defocus for a little while. Then when you come back to your studying later after your break is over, you'll be completely refreshed and you'll feel ready to get back into it. Number 5 is nutrition and exercise. Now some of you might cringe at this idea. When you're spending a lot of time studying for many hours of the day, you need to have some time to yourself to get outside, or you know, if you've got exercise equipment at home or you've got a gym membership, Exercise is something that has always really personally helped me during exam time. Number one, to combat stress. It's a really good stress relief, and it's something that I still use to this day to keep myself grounded when I'm having a stressful day or a stressful month, for example. If I have a lot of deadlines, the gym and exercise for me has always been something that's helped me stay grounded and stay relaxed. Number two is that there's a lot of scientific evidence out there that proves exercise and the release of endorphins that comes from exercising is actually really beneficial to strengthening those links and connections with the material you're learning in your brain to help them solidify and actually help your learning. You might have a lot of snacks to keep you going through a revision session, but along with that is make sure you don't snack on loads of sugary food. Don't have loads of sweets, loads of chocolate, loads of crisps. I know it's really tempting, but try not to eat loads of sugary junk food just to get you through a revision session. The main thing that will probably happen is that you'll get that sudden burst of energy that the sugar will give you, but then you'll just inevitably crash and burn, and you don't want that. You want to eat foods that are going to provide a slow and sustainable release of energy. So things that I used to have were a big bowl of porridge oats in the morning. If you don't like porridge, you can have something like wholemeal toast and peanut butter, for example. Something that's going to provide a slow release of carbs and not that massive sugar spike or insulin spike you get with eating sugary food. Number 6 is experiment with techniques. So because it's still quite early for your exams, you've still got a few months to get all that material down. One thing you can try to do is try to use lots of different ways to get your material and get your revision done. This could include things like mind maps. It could include things like recording yourself speaking and listening to the recordings. I would personally find that really cringeworthy, but if it works for you, then great. You can do things like using a laptop and writing notes. Whatever works for you, try to incorporate lots of different ways of revising. You know, go out and buy loads of pens, loads of different colours, get some flip chart paper, use a whiteboard, try lots of different things out and see what works for you. Tip number 7 is change your surroundings. This is particularly true for me, and it might be for other people, but when I was studying for my Gcse and A-levels, I could never revise at home. And that was because I have a huge family. I am one of 5 siblings. 5 siblings, that's a lot of people. They always used to distract me, they always used to come into my room and annoy me, so I could never focus at home in my room, and I always used to go out and get my studying done, go somewhere else, just focus, get it finished, and then when I came home I could just relax. And it helped me kind of keep that separation between home and relaxing and, you know, the library and studying. So changing your surroundings can really help just keep things fresh. You're not going to get bored of being in the same place all the time. You might feel like your room turns into a bit of a prison, and you may find that being in your room you just can't relax because there's your revision notes over here and there's things stuck up on the wall and you just can't seem to get away from it all. So personally, I would keep things like studying and revision out of my bedroom, and my bedroom is my safe haven, it's my relax spot. None of my work goes towards my bedroom, it's always separate. If the weather's nice, you could go to a park, there's libraries, there's probably loads of cafes around, so just have a look in your area, see what kind of environment you like. Try to find somewhere that you can go to get your revision done and have a different environment as well. Tip number 8. Sharing is caring. So if you're studying for a topic and you have lots of friends who are also studying for that same topic, work together as a group to get material done, cover lots of things in the same amount of time, and also make sure that your idea of what that material should mean or how something should work is the same as everybody else around you, and that can help you avoid lots of mistakes and save time as well. I also found it more fun to study as a group because we would motivate each other, we would help each other get work done and stay focused. However, if you know that if you get together with your friends and all you're going to do is procrastinate and talk and not get any work done, then perhaps avoid this tip. It's up to you, it's very personable to the individual, but personally I like to study as a group, some people don't, but if you do like it, use it, you know, collaborate with your friends and help each other out, because you know, we should all help each other pass our exams. It's a stressful time and we all need to support each other. Tip number 9 is use past papers and the examiner's reports. So this might lead to some, you know, bigger philosophical questions of what the educational system might be like, but unfortunately we all need to consider the powers that be, which is the examiners, and what they're looking for. When you're revising for an exam, it's not just about learning facts and memorising lots of information. Unfortunately, as part of revising for an exam, we actually need to understand what the examiner is looking for. And the best way to do that is looking at past papers and looking at questions that have been asked before. Try to answer them, try to write some draft questions and draft essays for past papers. The examiner's reports are full of information telling you exactly what the examiner is looking for, what they like, what they will give higher marks on. So use those bits of information, they're really useful and they're available online and they're pretty easy to find. And for the last tip, number 10, is track your progress. So this personally helped me to make sure I was allocating the same amount of time on each subject. What I would do is just within my kind of timetable, or you can create a separate Excel spreadsheet or a graph on paper, is track the number of hours that you're spending on a specific topic and make sure you keep tabs on how much time you're spending on each one. This is really important if you have multiple topics to study for and you want to make sure that you're not neglecting one specific subject and studying loads on another. And that can be really easy to do when you have one subject that you really like, that is your absolute favourite, so you study ages on, you study for it, you know, for ages and you spend loads of time on it, versus a topic that you hate, so you just kind of leave it to the side but you actually end up spending a lot less time on it. It's also good for motivating yourself and just seeing how much work you've actually gotten done. So if you have a lot of modules as part of a topic and you know you've gone through, I don't know, 4 out of 5 of them or something, off the top of my head, that's just making it up. But that'll just help you to keep track of how much work you have left to do and also make sure that you have enough time in the year, so in the lead up to the exam, to actually cover all the material. So those were my 10 tips for revising during this February half term. I hope they were useful. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and I hope that I can provide some more informative content in the future. If you have anything you'd like me to consider for a future video, please leave a comment down below. But otherwise, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday and have a really great half term. Bye!